What's up, y'all? What's up? Johnny Clyde here. You know, before I start this next story, I'm going to ask you guys to hit the subscribe button. And if you like the video when I'm done, hit the like button. So check this out. I'm at work. And I'm chilling, with my coworkers. And I work with two other job coaches. And they are women in their 40s. I might have described them before. One is a wife and a mother, been married 22 years to the same man, got 3 children, all that good shit. The other one is a single black woman who seems to be caught in somebody's friend zone. I think she's a member of somebody's team, but I don't think she know that. So that's that chick. I call her the homie lover friend, and I call the other woman the wife and the mother. Anyway, there's another brother that works there. He's our lead. He's our boss. The closest thing to a boss that we got. And he's a 47-year-old brother going through some shit in his life. He recently divorced. He got a child in college. He got a child at home. He got a fucking overbearing principal boss. Our boss is a bitch. But that's another story, because Johnny Clyde could definitely handle her. Back in the day, Johnny Clyde I'd have had her on my goddamn team. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, she's killing this young brother. He already put him for a transfer next year. He don't want to come back to the building. But anyway, aside from all of that shit, his money is drying up. He had a issue at his house. He had to move into his mom's. All the same shit that I was going through at that stage in my life. I said, yo, y'all talking about his name is Thomas. Y'all talking about Thomas, like he's some kind of anomaly. I said, all Thomas got to do is not lose his job, not lose his cool, and just keep working. And he will pop out the other side. He will be okay as long as he just keep working. He got to do a transfer to another building to get out from under this tyrant fucking principal lady we have. But all he got to do is not quit. And I don't think he's going to quit. Talking to him, he's the type of brother that knows that what I said is true. That yes, there's light at the end of that tunnel, but you got some years to fight. You got to fight through it. And he'll be all right by the time he's 50, 55, if he keep going, because he, every once in a while, it's like one step backward, 2 steps forward in this world when you at that stage in your life. You know what? I'm going to tell you something, man. I had, at that time, when I was like 46, 47, Johnny Clyde was shooting bad. Boy, I had to walk to my job. It wasn't that far. It was only 4 or 5 miles away, but it was down the middle of Erie Boulevard in Syracuse in the wintertime. And it was that was a miserable fucking time for me. But you would have never known it, by the way I carried myself at work. I wasn't miserable. I did my job. I just kept my fucking head down and kept pushing through all that adversity until I popped out the other side. I had no fucking money, but my bills was paid. I had something to eat. What else? And I had a roof over my head. You know what I'm saying? But times was tough for a brother. Oh, my child support was paid. I had to work 2 gigs plus a side hustle. 2 gigs plus a side hustle. I worked at the city school district during the daytime. That was the job with the benefits. So I had health insurance, right? And it wasn't very much labor intense. It was like I was doing what I do now, working with disabled kids as a paraprofessional. So, it wasn't really no physical labor involved in it. So I was kind of rested when I got to my real job, my job at the seafood department in the grocery store. Because by then, they had snatched old Johnny Clyde black ass and stuck him in the seafood department. So I was back there cooking fish. But that was cool. That was cool. I was back there that nigga frying fish on Friday night. Anyway, I got some stories about that shit too. It was fun, man, I'm telling you. But anyway, I had to go back there and do that. And that was my other check. And my school check had my child support tied to it. So I get a full check from the other job. You dig me? And then I had my drill team hustles going on. So I was okay. I had enough money. But I didn't have no play money, no fuck around money. And I had to put away for a vehicle because you got to have a fucking car in Syracuse. You can't go long periods of time without a whip in Syracuse. In Utica, you could do that because it was small, everything was close by. Syracuse, Johnny Clyde had to get a whip. And I would not ask one of my old goddamn chicken-headed ass girlfriends to borrow their car. I ain't doing that. That ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? By this time, my right-hand girl had already moved out of Syracuse and down south, so I was kind of, I had to do what I had to do. But I got out the other side. I made it through. I didn't quit. I think my boy at work is like that right now in his life. Okay? So, the other day, he and one of the other teachers supposedly went on a little day trip. And, my two co-workers is giggling about it and talking shit. Like he ain't got no money. How is he able to do this and how is he able to do that? I said to them, maybe she paid for it. Maybe the woman paid for it. I wouldn't pay for nothing. I wouldn't do this and I wouldn't do that. I said, well, listen. First off, homie, lover, friend, you are in somebody's friend zone, or you have somebody stuck in the friend zone and you won't move forward with your shit. And you a mother and a wife. You ain't going no place. You've been married since you 20 years old. I said, I've been through all of the shit that y'all going through, even the shit that Thomas is going through. So I know. Maybe the woman paid for it. Back when I was struggling, the women that I was fucking with knew I was struggling. They wouldn't give me no help, and I didn't want no damn help. I never asked for any help. And help was forced upon me. They had to make me take shit. I want to get it right. They had to make me take shit. So, one time, the woman that got me in the school district, I was dating briefly. She said something about going on a cruise. Oh, I'd like to go on a cruise. I'd like to do a Caribbean cruise. How would you like to do a Caribbean? She kept talking about a fucking cruise. Now, my motherfucking, Neanderthal ass, I ain't never been on no goddamn cruise. I ain't never motherfucker. That type of shit is outside of my, outside of my wheelhouse. That's for, bougie ass niggas. I was like, I ain't got no money to take no cruise. I ain't taking no damn cruise. She said, first off, did I ask you if you was going to have to pay for any goddamn thing? And I was like, well, no. She said, well, that meant I'm going to pay for it. I said that to say that the woman know you ain't got no fucking money. They ain't with you for your money. And if they want to do something for you, they're going to try to do it if they really care about you and like you. And it's up to you to whether to accept that or not. Now, I didn't accept the cruise. For one thing, I didn't want her to get too attached to me. That's mainly what it was. I didn't want this woman to get too attached to me. So I didn't want to accept big gifts like that from her. So that's the honest truth about why I didn't go on the cruise, especially since she was paying. Because one woman, I told you in my other video, gave me $800 out of nowhere and never came back, never asked for it back, never mentioned it again. I'm like, hey, whatever. So Thomas may have been gifted a trip out of town for him and that other lady to have to, keep company. The other lady, by the way, her nickname is the Jump Off. Yeah. So there are times when a brother is asked to make a choice, man. You either gonna accept the gift and your life is, not going well and you ain't got a lot of good things going on in your life. You ain't got no money, your motherfucking car just barely making it. You living from paycheck to goddamn paycheck. You just keeping your head above water, and somebody comes along and offers you something nice. A nice weekend away on them. I say, why? If you single, you ain't got no real commitments in your life. I say, why not take it? Fuck it. Life is short in some respects. Life is short in some respects. Life is long as fuck in other respects. But life is short in some respects. I tell you. So that's why I try to get them to not be so hard on old Thomas. Thomas is going through some shit. Somebody had offered him something good and he took it. And I told him, don't be motherfucking haters. All right? So if you out there, young brother, old head like me, whatever, and there's somebody, a woman trying to help you, and you really think go ahead, man. Let her help you. Because trying to get it by yourself sometimes, you're not really taking advantage of anybody. You're not really taking advantage of anybody. But it's good to know that somebody cares enough about you to offer you nothing but a good time, if nothing else. Offer you a good time, if nothing else. You ain't got to be beholden to nobody. They just like your old crusty ass. You know what I mean? With that, Johnny Clyde gonna close out. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button on your way out. Hit the like button on your way out. Johnny Clyde. Peace.